So when you've got what we're looking right now is that daily chart of the Swiss. We talked about it yesterday, and I'm going to bring up replay mode. Okay, if I go back one, this is what we looked at yesterday. Okay, potential double top, or at least a resistance level, the resistance at the wave, but the dollar continues to climb. Let's squeeze in some more lazy days lines here. So I'll just scroll back to about 2001. Might be giving me a little bit of a hard time here, but let's just get through this Swissy. So yesterday with the dollar rallying a little bit, okay, and we mentioned that this week is a holiday week, which means that the price action from basically the 19th of December, which was that Friday that preceded the week of Christmas, and then coming back to yesterday the 5th, basically the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, even the 28th for forex, then going into the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st, the 1st and the 2nd, basically 2 weeks, solid 2 weeks of data. It's just, really holiday, low volume, no interest, no meaning trading. Okay, in terms of what the market's going to do come the 5th. The 5th is the first trading day of the new year, not the 2nd, right? So as you take a look at what happened on the 5th, the dollar index went up, and then today it's moving up again. Now, the setups that we saw on Monday, on yesterday's chat, those are highly affected by the 2 weeks of basically useless data. They are useless to me because they don't reflect the mass psychology. They don't reflect full participation. And if they don't reflect those two things, they're not going to be in any way reflective of what we're going to see this week. In fact, in many ways, what we need to do is look at what the market was doing on the 19th and leading into the 19th of December, and just kind of imagining that everything between the 19th, after the market closed that Friday, and until the market opened yesterday, we have to almost imagine plucking that out, taking that completely out of the picture, and imagining that yesterday and today are just the next 2 trading days. That's really what ends up happening. So this week will be tricky. Things will not necessarily work as we would want because we've had those 2 weeks of trading, holiday trading, that are affecting our market cycles, that is affecting price action, that's affecting our support and resistance levels, our trend lines, our indicators, everything, right? So that's definitely food for thought. All right. So we also had discussed yesterday the dollar yen on the daily. That one was a wave CCI that was moving with dollar strength, and that one's just moseying along just fine. It's moving along just fine. Yesterday's high, or yesterday's close, was the high was 93.59, the close was 93.46, and here we are at 94.30, moving up higher. First, this candle right here was the first candle that broke the wave, broke the high of the 34 EMA, or broke the high of the wave, which was the 34 EMA on the high. And today's the second day of follow through. We would have been using the guidance of the CCI for that entry, and so what we've got a situation of is any of those setups that required the dollar to basically have a dramatic move and pull back, like what we were looking at on swings on the Swissy and the Euro. The Swissy is still valid. The Euro got stopped out, and the dollar yen is just moving up higher. So again, all this stemmed from yesterday's really strong dollar, and then today that follow through. Okay, it's a pretty significant move in just 2 trading days. And those are a couple of things we were looking at in terms of just pure setups. Yesterday was more of a exercise in pure setups because, again, we had mentioned many times, coming out of that holiday week, this week kind of is what's going to right the ship. I mean, this is, we were looking at basically a seasick market for 2 weeks, and this is the week that's got to right it. So it makes it challenging. And really, the best thing we can do is imagine those 2 weeks are just plucked out. So that's a good look at what holiday trading has done to price action coming into this first week of the new year.